on mat 11. Also got Jansen Gomez. We got Gutenberg Pereira. So many amazing names. Roberto Jimenez. That the matchups are absolutely going to be electric.
Jackson Souza stepping down for drop Seonagi, as you were talking about that, Danny, and you're absolutely right. So many names coming in. Some of the lighter names coming in, actually. One that has created quite a stir, Jansen Gomez in the division. Mayram McKean and Elijah Dorsey, the three lightest competitors to enter into the absolute division. Very excited about that as well.
We're just about 2 minutes into this black belt open class match. Hiron Gracie taking on Jackson Souza. Hiron won the absolute division as a brown belt in 2023. Makes his world's black belt debut here in 2024.
I'm really loving this confident, tall stance by Hiron Gracie. Just a lot of eyes are on him this tournament. Obviously, he has just blitzed through so many different competitions in the colored belt rankings, but now here at black belt, seems very confident here in the absolute division.
Has an amazing classic style of jiu-jitsu. He's been mentored by Hodger Gracie, trained at his academy out in London. You can really see Hodger's influence on Hiron's jiu-jitsu. Amazing takedowns and incredible pressure from the top. I think that's something that really sets his jiu-jitsu apart.
Really is sort of a blast from the past watching Hiron Gracie. We see a lot of competitors utilizing a very, I would say, quote, old school style of jiu-jitsu, a lot of double under passing, as things like lapel guard have become more and more progressive and more advanced and more widely used. You've seen the reintroduction of some of those older style of techniques to combat the very time-intensive game like the lapel guard.
Hiron jumps to the closed guard now. Has a grip on the near side collar with his right hand. Climbing his hips up, trying to make his position a bit stronger. Now switching to a sleeve grip. Hiron's got an amazing closed guard. Jackson gets it open. Now Hiron playing with double sleeve grips.
See Jackson immediately circling that hand out to mitigate the lasso guard. Something very important to do is as soon as somebody employs that lasso on you, circling out that hand just keeps you from having your upper body compromised and enables you to continue to pass around.
We are on mat 11 at the 2024 IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Hiron Gracie taking on Jackson Souza. 4 minutes into this open class matchup. Both Jackson and Hiron with 1 penalty apiece, but no points yet on the board.
Every one of these adult black belt matches will be 10 minutes, regardless if it is qualifying round, semifinal, final, all of them 10 minutes.
Hiron switching his grips, has that lasso with his left leg. Now getting into a more classic style of half guard.
Hard to see what grip Hiron has with that left hand. Jackson Souza looking to go for this leg weave pass, that right arm going through a little bit. Now has a grip on the belt, it looks like. If he's able to bring his right shoulder down to the mat, should be a pretty powerful situation for him to crush the knees together and start to pass to his left.
Doesn't look like Hiron's using a knee shield half guard. Looks like his left leg is almost past the body of Jackson Souza.
about 4 minutes left. Very tight battle. Slow and measured for both competitors. Something you're going to see a lot of in this opening round of the IBJJF World Championship. Competitors preserving their energy. Now Jackson Souza finding a little opening off of Hiron's offense. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on Flow Zone. We are going to switch over to mat number 12, where Jansen Gomez, one of the, I would say, most surprising competitors to enter into this open division, finds himself in the north-south, fresh off of a 3-point effort for a guard pass.
I think the Jiu-Jitsu fans were super excited when they found out Jansen was going to be in the absolute division. Won the middleweight division last year at the 2023 World Championships. This year he's going to be at medium heavy. So with that extra weight, probably felt comfortable to jump into the absolute division. He's representing Team Checkmat. And like you said, Jake, starting this match off in a great position, up 3-0, passing the guard of Alexandre Manara.
Well, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen too much of Jansen Gomez in IBJJF competition since he captured that world title.
Yeah, that's correct. Jansen won that world title. Wasn't super active in competition.
In general, even. Spent a lot of time probably sharpening skills and, I mean, looking very sharp here against the much heavier competitor.
Yeah, looking great physically. Seems to be in a great place mentally as well. And Jansen wants to win a lot of world titles. Last year was his first world title, but he wants to add to that collection this year. And he's going to be going for 2. 1 here in this absolute division, 1 in the middle heavyweight division.
Looks like he's setting up an arm bar on that left arm. If he's able to continue to increase that grip, he'll capture that arm, and look at that. He's definitely trying to fasten that arm to his left shoulder so he can throw that leg around.
He's in a good position right now to finish, stepping over the head. Could potentially go for the arm lock or even a Kimura, Jake.
Yeah, if he's able to bring that left shoulder higher. You see, Jansen is trying to bring the shoulder off the mat, but the more flat that it is, the harder time he has securing that arm. But you see now he has a secure connection on that Kimura, gets the finish, moves on to the next round in the absolute. That's pretty crazy, Danny. This is an indication of what's to come. Then that's pretty good start for Jansen Gomez.
What a way to start his 2024 Worlds campaign. Gets a submission in the absolute division. Beautiful stuff from Jansen Gomez. 1 fight, 1 submission so far.
Looking in absolutely phenomenal shape. Very impressive start to the absolute run for Jansen Gomez. Coming up in just a bit, we're going to have a quick replay on a submission that was captured in the replay. Bunch of really great matches coming up too, Danny.
Some incredible matches. Mayram Alves was a guy you mentioned, Jake, who's a featherweight competing in this absolute division. We got some more Gutenberg Pereira, Roberto Jimenez. A lot to look forward to today. Plus, we have the weight divisions.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's take a look at that submission over from mat 10. We'll have that for you shortly. We got Mayara Custodio getting the submission over Emily Fernandez. Hard to see from our angle. Looks like it may have been a Kimura or an arm lock on Emily's left arm.
Yeah, it looks like an Americana grip armbar, if I had to predict it myself, just based off the orientation of those grips.
So we're going to go over to mat 11. We're finishing up with Hiram Gracie and Jackson Souza. And the next match on mat 11 is going to be incredible. Roberto Jimenez, Guilherme Augusto.
Man. But this one actually came down, it looks like, to a ref's decision. 1 advantage apiece, 2 penalties apiece. See who takes it, and it's going to be Hiram Gracie moving on to the next round. Jackson Souza perhaps a bit bemused by that decision, but moving on to the next round. Hiram Gracie.
So we're going to head over to mat 10, where we've got world champion Amy Campo taking on Maria Ruffato. Amy won medium heavyweight gold last year. Her first black belt gi title. She'll be back at medium heavy this year, taking on a very tough opponent here in Maria Ruffato. Both athletes in blue gis. Amy with the yellow Zenith patch. Maria representing Brazilian top team. Amy currently on the right side of your screen, Maria on the left. 1 minute into this black belt absolute division match.
A lot of patience being displayed on the feet.
Currently on mat 10, and we have the black belt open class divisions going down on mats 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12. Maria pulls to the guard position.
Amy Campo immediately getting to work, trying to pass that right side. Already got that knee through, steps back to the other side. Look at that beautiful pass.
What a transition. Oh, tries to go right into the mount. Maria catches that left foot of Amy Campo, but Amy in a great position.
Well, that's one thing about Amy Campo's game, I feel, is that when she finds one opening, she creates a lot of momentum based on one small opening. You see, as soon as she was able to pass that knee and she was able to get her leg over the top of it, she was able to create all of this. And this is not necessarily a completed pass. She gets an advantage, but a position to potentially take the back and turn this into a mount situation is a lot to look forward to.
Amy has some great finishes from the back. So Maria's got to be careful here, turning away from her, exposing that position. Looks like Amy's trying to adjust the collar grip. Underhooking that leg with her left arm. It's usually a good sign that she has the grip.
Legs are still crossed underneath the back. Now the hooks are in. Looks like she has a grip. She must have a grip on the choke, at least momentarily. Let's go of it. But she's making that grip on the left hand, with the left hand on the pants for that traditional classic look on a bow and arrow. What a brutal name for a choke, by the way.
Amy maintaining this position on the back, leading 4-0 over Maria Ruffato. Almost 4 minutes into this black belt absolute match. Amy has had quite a bit of success in the absolute division here at the Worlds. In 2022, she made the Worlds absolute final, ended up taking the silver medal. But she has experience fighting opponents of all sizes, from all different weight classes. And she's definitely one of the athletes that Jiu-Jitsu fans are expecting to do really well in this division.
Both her weight and the open, definitely. She's become certainly a fan favorite. And it's for this reason, the kind of style that she possesses, the way that she's able to move around to the back with a small opening. Really working for a choke with this left hand is Amy Campo. And plenty of time to work as well, just over the halfway point in this match.
Looks like Amy has a pretty deep collar grip with her left hand. Her control of the back position is giving her a lot of opportunities to attack different submissions.
Yeah, and the way that she has her legs oriented, I mean, look at, observe the left foot, at least momentarily. As soon as I said it, she got out of the position, but she had that left foot very deep under the leg, and that was preventing her opponent from turning and turtling. Now, finding herself back basically in the high mount. And that should be some more points on the board for Amy Campo.
That was really impressive control. Maria was doing everything she could, creating a lot of movement, trying to create space and get out. Amy just followed her, went to the mount, scored 4 more points. And just did a beautiful job maintaining her dominant position.
And the reason that Amy Campo was able to score more points in that situation in the IBJJF rule set is because her opponent moved in such a way that it forced Amy Campo out of the position. Amy Campo cannot rack up points by taking her hook out, putting it back in, taking her hook out, putting it back in. She has to be forced out of the back control position by a defensive measure from her opponent in order to continue to accrue points. And that's why I believe you'll see right here, Amy Campo looks like she's trying to set up a submission, but she might actually get even more points here now. And a submission on top of it. 12-0 and a submission for Amy Campo.
Beautiful performance from the 2023 world champion. Amy Campo gets the win, and she'll move on in this black belt absolute division.
Take a look at that submission by Amy Campo. Brutal bow and arrow finish. Right hand deep on the pants. The extension on that. My gosh.
Torque and the extension on that submission was insane.
In the moment, I didn't appreciate it quite like that, but I think the slow motion replay really made it seem a lot more intense. But regardless, Amy Campo will move on to the next round of the absolute division. We'll find out where to go next. All right, so we're going to head over to mat number 1. Servio Tullio finds himself on top, passing the guard. Servio Gracie Baja representative, Danny.
Taking on Javier Barter of Fernando Moya Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Javier gets the sweep. We'll tie this match up. 2 points apiece, 1 advantage apiece. Servio, as you mentioned, Jake, representing Gracie Baja, his longtime team. He's wearing the white gi, Javier on top in the blue gi. De La Riva and far side sleeve control for Servio Tulio.
Servio, very, very talented competitor. One thing that I actually got to learn about him is that this is not the only thing that he does. And a lot of competitors that come to the World Championship in Jiu-Jitsu is the only thing they do. I've heard that Servio Tulio, a man of many passions, able to spend a lot of time doing Jiu-Jitsu, but a lot of time doing other things that he enjoys. And it's pretty cool to see athletes. We've seen athletes across different, such as 2023 IBJJF No-Gi world silver medalist, Mr. Gavin Corbet, another competitor who has a full-time job and continues to compete at the highest levels of the sport. So you see different athletes able to have full-time jobs and other things they do and still maintain a high level of jiu-jitsu. And Servio Tulio now having to defend this guard pass.
Oh, great movement by Javier Barter. Gets that right hook in, trying to get his left hook in. On the back, setting his hand in the choking grip, locks the body triangle. That was a pretty incredible sequence.
In what was largely a very tied-up match and very close. Now Barter finds himself on the back. A great position. Now, I don't believe he secured the back with both hooks with enough time, because now he has the body triangle. There's no points for the body triangle in the IBJJF rule set.
Javier trying to hand fight, get a better grip in the collar to try to finish this match. Only up by one advantage, but in a great position.
And if Servio can use that tactical error, I would say, so far by Barter. Barter's still not throwing that second hook, even though he has the opportunity, and still not throwing the second hook, opting for the body triangle yet again. Only up by an advantage. If Servio is able to get out of this position, he will be down by 2 advantages at that point, but he's still in the match. So a big effort by Servio Tulio here, I would say, is pretty much necessary at this point. But as I say that, Barter securing one of the arms. Kind of hard to see with the ref in the way, but now this looks like the beginning of the end, Danny. Under the chin.
Javier's gonna start to squeeze, gets the submission, advances in the black belt absolute division here at the 2024 World Championships. Amazing pass to the back by Javier Barter. And he will move on.
Well, in just a second, we're going to get a quick look at a replay of that finish before moving over to mat number 12, where Gutenberg Pereira is going. So here we go. Danny, talk us through this.
Got this replay here with Javier Barter on Servio Tulio's back. Our replay started with the rear naked choke fully locked in, so all Javier had to do was squeeze from that position, get the finish. The setup for it was incredible as well. And now we've got Gutenberg on mat 12. He's taking on Gabriel Oliveira. Extremely tough competitor from Lotus Club.
That's not Gabriel Oliveira, that is Eric Muniz.
Back to Gutenberg and Gabriel Oliveira. Gutenberg having an incredible year in 2024. Won double gold at the Europeans, Jake. Then went to the Pans. Took silver at ultra heavyweight at the Pans, but won the open class division. So 2 open class gold medals in 2024. Went over to AOJ in Costa Mesa. And it seems like that decision has really been helping his competition performances. Gutenberg on the back now.
Now up by a considerable margin. And Gabriel Oliveira, a very tough competitor, absolutely no slouch. But Gutenberg, like you said, Danny, ever since he moved to the team AOJ, seems like he's systemized his jiu-jitsu. He's really made it very efficient at every turn. And that's something that's really trademark of, I would say, the Art of Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Is it's almost like they are highly efficient robots of jiu-jitsu.
Gutenberg's talked a lot about training with Tynan and the impact that Tynan's had on his game. Gutenberg, and a lot of their techniques that they use in competition were pretty similar. A lot of knee cut passing, long step passing, single leg X from the bottom position. So Gutenberg's talked a lot about how Tynan's helped him refine those positions that he was already really strong at. And you can see the difference in Gutenberg's game and his results. Gutenberg maintaining this back position beautifully. Gabriel trying to turn his way out of it. Gabriel, as you mentioned, Jake, a really tough competitor in his own right. Black belt American national champion. Competes in a lot of IBJJF Open events. Had a great performance at the 2023 World No-Gi. But Gutenberg in control right now as Gabriel tries to bridge and get out of this position.
And good on Gabriel for continually fighting to get out of the position and not just being relegated to a loss from this back position. I mean, this can be definitely, it can be a crushing position to be in, having somebody on your back with a lot of time to work, right? But you could also look at it as, this person's on my back, I have a lot of time to get out. And I think that that's what the approach that Gabriel's taking.
Gutenberg looks like he's gonna try to switch to the arm, throws his left leg over. Gabriel's gonna try to stack.
Trying to pull that arm out.
Gutenberg trying to rotate his body underneath Gabriel, change the angle. Oh my goodness, what a transition from Gutenberg Pereira. Maintaining that control all the way throughout the various iterations of Gabriel's defense.
Hard to tell what the call is here. There seemed to be a little bit of confusion on Gutenberg Pereira. Gabriel was making a big effort to get out, but it's hard to tell if he's going to get 2 points for rolling out of bounds with submission. I couldn't tell if Gabriel actually tapped with the submission.
We will find out shortly.
Nope, that's going to be a submission for Gutenberg Pereira. Or at least it looked like he was going to be. Now I'm confused. Gutenberg was facing forward, threw us for a loop. Oh goodness, actually they disqualify Gabriel. Very interesting. Saying that he went out of bounds on purpose. Of course, it's inconsequential for Gutenberg.
Gutenberg gets the win, moves on. I believe that's his second win here in the absolute division. Let's take a look now over to mat 11, where we have Roberto Jimenez. He's on the back of Guilherme Augusto. Already has the arm trapped with his right leg. Roberto's finishes from the back are absolutely world class.
You know, this match has been incredibly tumultuous. We haven't seen on Flow Zone, but those of you guys who are following along on mat 11, maybe have Flow Zone open in another tab. It's Roberto's ability to continually put the pace on his competitor was on full display in this one. Had a very difficult road to get to this position, but he's just able to whittle down the defenses of those he goes with, and now he finds himself on the back, right hand grip in the choke.
Trying to adjust the angle of his hips, climb those legs up, and get this finish. Keeps adjusting, trying to trap that arm with his right leg, gets his heel over the top of the shoulder.
This could be trouble, Danny. This looks like it could be a very tight choke. It's hard to tell where his left hand is, but he gets the tap.
Beautiful stuff from Roberto Jimenez. What a start to his 2024 Worlds campaign. Gets a submission over the super tough Guilherme Augusto.
All right, let's head over to mat number 3, where we see the result of the undisputed queen of the IBJJF Worlds, Gabby Pisano.
Gabby We'll get you guys a replay shortly. Gabriele Pisagna gets the submission win over Andressa Tolentino. Gabriele, weight and absolute champion for the last 3 editions of the IBJJF World. She's a 6-time world champion. Here's that submission, a beautiful ankle lock. Gabriele can do it all. Gabriele moves on. She's the favorite to take gold in this division. She's won it the last 3 years in a row. Writing history every time she steps on the IBJJF mats.
One thing that Gabby has done that I imagine a lot of competitors are going to do is she has gotten very proficient at throwing the ankle lock and rolling over the top leg side. That's something that a lot of competitors are doing now that that rule was implemented by the IBJJF. Grabbing the ankle lock, traditionally you were supposed to go to the bottom leg side, meaning if I had your left leg, I had to fall on my right side. Now with the ankle lock, I wrap it. I can fall either way at the black belt level. And the amount of power you're able to generate on a footlock by doing that, it's on full display whenever you see Gabby Pisagna. She used it very effectively at the 2024 IBJJF Pan Championship. I imagine we're going to see more of it here across the next 2 days.
So we're on mat 12 now. We've got Jansen Gomez. He's taking on Anderson Marino of Infight. Jansen on bottom in the black gi representing Team Checkmat. Got a submission via Kimura in his first absolute black belt match today. Winner of this match takes on #1 seed in this black belt absolute division, Gutenberg Pereira.
Man, this is heating up. Absolutely heating up.
Jansen gets the sweep, comes up on top. Back step from that single leg X position. Clears the foot off the hip.
Well, very interesting. Jansen trying to cut that left knee through while his right foot was still under control.
Jansen in the lead by 2 points. Got a sweep to put his points on the board. Trying to pass this knee shield now.
Now Jansen giving a little blitz to the right side.
Anderson trying to find a grip with his left hand. Jansen backing away, moves to the side, switches sides a couple times. Beautiful fluid passing from Jansen Gomez.
Now has a look on the back. Oh, but look at the power.
Wow, that was impressive. These transitions are incredible. Jansen now trying to get on the back. Anderson doing a beautiful job not letting Jansen secure a solid position.
Conventional wisdom would tell you that the lighter competitors got to be faster. You're seeing that on full display here. Jansen just able to fluidly move around, chaining pass after pass.
We're 3 minutes in. Winner, as we mentioned, will go on to face Gutenberg Pereira, the #1 seed in this division. Haven't seen Jansen Gomez compete in the absolute division since the 2023 Europeans, about a year and a half ago. Anderson's going to receive a penalty. Jansen will get 2 points. And they'll reset back in the same rear body lock position that they ended the match in before it went out of bounds.
Jansen working to bring that right hook in, staying very heavy on the hip and dive through.
Beautiful.
Jansen looking for the choke.
Yeah, it looks like he was almost going to go for the rear naked choke. He's got his right hand on Anderson's shoulder. He's climbing it up. See if he connects his hands.
Struggling to maintain control with his left hand over Anderson. Oh, but now increasing the grip on the choke.
Very solid grip here for Jansen Gomez. He's going for this bow and arrow, adjusting his leg positioning. Climbing those legs up.
And look at that, to prevent Anderson from going any higher, he uses his right foot behind the leg to secure the bow and arrow and get the finish. That
2
means,
fights,
Danny,
2 submissions for Jansen Gomez, Jake.
that means that we're going to get a matchup between Gutenberg and Jansen next. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That is not a match you are going to want to miss.
It's not a match we're going to want to miss.
Yeah, it's not a match anyone wants to miss.
And Jansen Gomez, really beautiful work. We're going to get a replay on that here. Jansen Gomez secures the bow and arrow. Now, one thing he did right before he secured that was bring his right hook underneath the leg to prevent his opponent's center of gravity from going too high, enabled him to get that angle borderline perpendicular on the bow and arrow and get full extension. Like we said earlier, he's going to be taking on Gutenberg Pereira, the #1 seed for this absolute division, in his next match. The medium heavyweight continues his journey through the absolute division. And we're going to head on over to mat number 10. Speaking of high seeds in this absolute division, Amy Campo currently going against Vanessa Griffin of Crazy 88. And Campo, as you guys are going to come in and see, just did a beautiful duck under on the back end of a double leg, and now lifting. Has a body control over Vanessa Griffin. 1 hook in. Definitely a tough spot for Vanessa to find herself in. Just over the halfway point of this absolute division match.
Saw Amy Campo get a beautiful submission in her first match in the absolute division. Off to a great start in this match. There's Vanessa Griffin.
So at the culmination of this one, we will be sure to give you the update on who wins between Vanessa Griffin and Amy Campo. We're actually going to take a look at this key matchup between Angelo Claiborne and Mayram Alves. Danny, you want to talk us through this a little bit?
Yeah, Mayram Alves, a 2022 black belt world champion, lightest competitor in this absolute division. He's competing in the featherweight division, the absolutely stacked featherweight division that we're all so excited for. But Mayram decided to throw his name in the hat, jump into the absolute. Now taking on another great competitor in Angelo Claiborne of Team Lloyd Irvin.
It's really uncommon that we see anybody lighter than lightweight sign up for the absolute. I mean, we remember actually Jonatas Gracie, when he was a purple belt, signed up. He was a lightweight, signed up for the absolute division in that purple belt division, won the world championship there. But as far as black belt, you don't see a lot of competitors in the featherweight throw their name into the ring like this.
That's absolutely true, and Mayram is the kind of guy who's going to create a lot of really interesting and exciting matchups. He's very, very explosive, great from the guard. His passing is incredible, great takedowns.
And you can see it looks like he's having fun out there. There's a nice little exchange between him and somebody in the crowd. Nice smile on his face, so it's good to see him having fun out there in the absolute division. I mean, and what do you have to lose? You'll only have stock to gain by competing in the absolute division as a featherweight.
Mayram, as I mentioned a moment ago, has amazing takedowns, but so does Angelo Claiborne. So I'm really excited to see some of these takedown exchanges on the feet.
Double leg attempt, and he's actually in on that. Gonna go out of bounds. Oh, foot sweep. Oh my goodness. And there's a big punch right in the face. You saw that. Mayram Alves accidentally punches the grip and strikes our referee. Man, that was a very unexpected thing to happen, Danny. Danny was going to try not to mention it, but it did happen. Anyway, back to the match. We're focused, we're poised and composed over here. Big sweep over the top. Let's take a quick look at the Amy Campos submission here in the big box. Gets another choke from the back.
Amy Campo on fire today in this absolute division. 2 fights, 2 submissions. Gets that one over the super tough Vanessa Griffin. We're back to Mayram and Angela Claiborne. 0-0, no points, no advantages, no penalties on the board thus far.
And Mayram doing well despite the strength difference. You see Angelo has a very good base and he's able to keep his hips in. But Mayram still shooting for these takedowns, still staying very aggressive on the feet.
Mayram nearly had that foot sweep right near the edge of the mat earlier. That was probably the best attempt at a takedown so far.
Well, every time that Mayram has been going for the double leg, it's been right on like the edge of the mat. So that's been very difficult for him to continue the motion. He might, if he's able to reorient himself in a position where he can really drive for that takedown. I could see him actually giving a big effort on a takedown, but Angelo has very good mat positioning and good takedowns of his own.
Angelo has really good takedowns. Double legs, drop seonagis, foot sweeps. Those are some of the takedowns we see him do regularly in competition. A lot of grip fighting in this match so far.
Four minutes down in
another
this one.
Foot sweep attempt by Mayram Alves.
Shallow look at a drop seonagi.
So next up on mat 11, Jake, we have Roberto Jimenez and Hiron Gracie.
Mat 11 has had some banger matches all throughout the day.
Mayram near the edge of the mat. Go back to the center. Almost halfway through this one. Still no score between Angelo Claiborne and Mayram Alves. Angelo representing Team Lloyd Irvin. Mayram representing Fratres Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Mayram, one of the 2024 Europeans in the light featherweight division this year. Great start to his year. Now taking on the featherweight and absolute divisions here at the 2024 Worlds.
In just a second, we're going to head over to mat number 3, where Gabby Pisagna takes the mat once again.
She's taking on Michaela Barros. Gabriele on bottom in the black gi. The 6-time world champion. Got a submission in her first fight in the absolute.
Already in the quarterfinal is Gabby Pisagna.
double pant grips. This open guard position. Michaela has one knee on the mat. Gabriele looked like she wanted to sweep her backwards, but now looking to change her strategy a bit. Has the pant grip with her right hand. Michaela stands up to open the guard. Gabriele goes back to the double ankle control. Gabriele has not lost a match in IBJJF black belt competition since the 2021 Pans. So since the 2021 World Championships, she's won double gold at every major tournament she's competed in. Won the Athlete Grand Slam 3 consecutive seasons.
Oh my gosh, that's never been done before.
Never been done before. She's a 3-time black belt absolute champion, won the last 3 years in a row. She's going for her 4th consecutive title. Should she win this title, she'll have the most consecutive absolute titles of any black belt in history.
Male or
currently
female?
Tied with Buchecha at 3.
It's a pretty stunning statistic to have on your resume if you're Gabby Pisagna. Pisagna looks like she has switched that lapel all the way through with a hook around the right leg of Barros, feeding that lapel, now looking for an opportunity to get up.
Now
or maybe
straight
already
ankle lock.
Couldn't even see it on the back end. Absolutely.
Wow.
Didn't see that until it was already locked in, but another ankle lock for Gabby Pisagna.
That was incredible. That was not something I think either one of us thought was going to happen in the immediate future. Gabriele wraps that ankle up, bridges into it. Looks like her legs almost were not in a traditional ankle lock position. Still got the torque to finish it. Incredible.
No, we're going to see a replay of that, Danny, and definitely take a look at how she was orienting her body, because it looked like she was going for a sweep. You see here, it looks like she's trying to get her hips extended for a sweep, but then arches in and leg over the top. Now, the cool thing about what that leg over the top does, there are variations of the straight ankle lock where that left leg, you see Gabby Pisagna's left leg, is actually applying pressure downward, and it's making it very difficult for her opponent to defend the ankle lock because you have all that weight on your knee, keeping your knee sideways and allowing you to get maximum extension on that.
In the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you can see some of Gabriele's IBJJF accomplishments. Hard to keep track of all of them. It's absolutely absurd, the amount of titles she's won, the amount of major titles she's won as a black belt on the IBJJF circuit.
And then you see her grappling, you're like, oh, makes sense. She's out here finishing people.
Winning the majority of her matches by submission. She's just been so dominant. We're back on mat 11, where Mayram Alves is still battling with Angelo Claiborne. Still no points on the board. 2 minutes left in this contest.
Definitely very dynamic on the feet is Alves, forcing Angelo to basically maintain sort of a counterattack posture in a lot of different situations in this match. But just about 1 minute, 45 seconds left to decide who is going to take this one. Not too far behind this on the same mat, we're going to see Hiron Gracie versus Roberto Francisco Jimenez. (0-0) with 0 advantages and 0 penalties apiece. It's been a pretty much even match. Now a single leg once again, but again on the edge of the mat. A little bit of amusement on the face of Alves. Angelo now trying to get a little bit more busy. Pace has definitely increased. Now, only 30 seconds until we get the result of this match. It's completely tied up. It's been very difficult to score either way. Refs are not going to have an easy time on this one. But it appears that Angelo Claiborne has incurred a bit of an injury. A bit of an interesting... There's been a few interesting things that happened this match for sure. Myram punching the referee in the face earlier. Poking Angelo Claiborne in the eye. 15 seconds.
Like you said, Jake, really close match. There's been some pretty decent attempts by both athletes. Mayram pulls guard now. Angelo looks like he's sitting back on a footlock. Mayram's going to come up, though.
Let's see how the refs deliberate this. That's close enough to where that could... I mean, if a referee gave an advantage, I wouldn't be upset about that.
Mayram gets the advantage. That'll put him in the lead.
Looks like the referee is listening in. Whenever you see a referee putting their hand to their ear like that, that is a verbal, or I would say a physical cue that they're receiving possibly match-altering directions from the side referees. As the IBJJF has grown in reffing integrity, they've really taken the measures to put referees on the side as well that are watching the matches themselves, watching instant replays, so that they can give the best calls possible. And that's it. Myram Alves moves past Angelo Claiborne.
He'll take on the winner, Roberto Jimenez, Hiron Gracie. This is what Mayram earned the advantage for. Angelo looked like he went for that footlock. Mayram used it to come up on top. Didn't have enough time to get the points for the sweep, but got the advantage.
Well, the best thing that Claiborne could have done in that situation is fall back on a footlock and immediately try to go belly down. If he could have gone belly down or at least used his foot as a frame on the hip to keep his opponent from coming up on top, that would have been a great way to go for that footlock there at the end. But Mayram able to come up and take that last little moment. We're going to find out where to go. Remember, you can tune in to everything about the IBJJF World Championship, FloGrappling.com and on IBJJF.com. All the news articles, updates, athlete interviews, Danny O'Donnell writing articles. All of it.
This is mat 2 where it appears as though Eric Muniz just got the finish over Asher Darmo. Eric, a 3-time black belt world champion, competing in the super heavyweight and currently the absolute division here in 2024. Got the submission victory after being up 11-2. We are gonna head over to mat 12, where we have Jansen Gomez and Gutenberg Pereira. One of the most highly anticipated matchups of this absolute division. Wow, I'm so excited for this one, Jake.
Yeah, definitely a lot riding on this one, right? Because Jansen Gomez has looked very good in this absolute division. He's one of those competitors that really breaks the mold, and he has time and time again showed us that he's capable of winning these high-tier absolute matches, right? Jansen wins, then the #1 seed in the absolute division is out of the tournament. Gutenberg wins, and it's still a giant win, and he continues his path. Now this is the quarterfinal. Winner moves on to the semi-final of the open class.
Gutenberg puts Jansen down, gets 2 points. Beautiful finish on that single leg.
Look at the pressure Gutenberg's putting down as well.
Jansen gets to the X guard with the ankle lock grip. Gutenberg tried to backstep. Jansen's gonna try to come up on the single. Gutenberg sprawling. Big sprawl from Gutenberg Pereira.
Now sitting back on the feet.
Disengage. Gutenberg, an ultra heavyweight competitor. Jansen competing in the medium heavyweight division this year. So let's take a look at a replay of Eric Muniz's submission in his last match here in the absolute. Gets this bow and arrow choke. Beautiful stuff from Eric Muniz, the 3-time black belt world champion.
One thing we're seeing a lot of that I'm taking notice of, Danny, is a lot of competitors are grabbing the pants when going for the bow and arrow. Something I think for a while there you saw competitors grabbing the other side lapel, but a lot of competitors grabbing the pants. Interesting.
Jansen looked like he was gonna fake the guard pull.
Big yank, trying to get him off balance. Interesting thing to note, Jansen Gomez has a heavily taped right hand. Gotta wonder if there's an injury coming into the tournament, or perhaps we didn't notice one of his earlier matches, maybe something happened.
Looks like both of his hands are taped, or at least the left wrist and right hand.
Trying to shoot on the legs is Jansen Gomez.
Cross collar grip now for Jansen. Some great foot sweeps from those grips. Jansen won the Worlds last year in the middleweight division. Gutenberg Pereira has medaled at the Worlds, doesn't have a gold medal though as a black belt. Fighting for absolute and ultra heavyweight gold here in 2024.
Another quarterfinal that's taking place directly to the right, if you're from our perspective. It's Roberto Jimenez taking on Hiron Gracie.
Gutenberg and Jansen will reset.
Just about halfway through. Down by 2, Jansen Gomez trying to keep his hopes alive here in the absolute division.
Gutenberg had a beautiful single leg set up and finish to score his 2 points. Vast majority of this match has been on the feet, at least thus far. Jansen trying to shoot.
It's been difficult for Jansen to get opportunities on the inside. He's trying to get the inside control to be able to create space, shoot in on the legs. But actually Gutenberg, whenever he has been trying to go for those same opportunities, he's had a little bit of an easier time. Look at that!
Jansen Gomez!
That's an advantage. Wow.
What an attempt by Jansen Gomez on that takedown.
The timing on that.
Huge throw. Just an advantage.
And Gutenberg sticking his tongue out, acknowledging that that was indeed a good throw.
A lot of grip fighting on the feet. Gutenberg trying to snap Jansen down into that single leg.
Exerting a lot of force down on the back of the neck, trying to keep Jansen down. Oh, Jansen in on the leg for just a second. He's getting a little closer, Danny.
He's got that grip on the belt now with his right arm. Underhook. Underhooking Gutenberg's left arm. Looks like he wants to maintain that grip. Now lets it go. Two minutes, 30 seconds left. This is the black belt absolute division at the 2024 IBJJF World Championships. Gutenberg Pereira leading Jansen Gomez by 2 points. This is the quarterfinal. Already seen some amazing black belt matches today. Lots of submissions so far.
Circling the head out, breaking that grip off.
Gutenberg has talked about putting a lot of time into his takedowns as of late. You can tell he looks very comfortable on the feet. And those new skills have served him well here against Jansen Gomez thus far.
He's definitely needed them in some big key situations. And we've seen time and time again athletes that transition over to the Art of Jiu-Jitsu squad make dramatic improvements to any hole in their game. If there could be said that there's any hole in the game of these competitors, then they fix them. They improve them very fast. Now a little bit more aggressive on both fronts.
Can definitely see the sense of urgency in Jansen Gomez. He told us yesterday he does not like to lose.
Well, he's only got about a minute to make 2 points happen. Oh my goodness!
Jansen shoots as Gutenberg pulls guard.
That's
and
2 points!
2 points!
Jansen Gomez is up by 2.
Wow, beautifully timed takedown by Jansen as Gutenberg pulls guard. Jansen on top now. Gutenberg with those butterfly hooks.
What an absolutely insane development. Jansen's trying to,
Jansen
oh my goodness!
is in the mount!
Jansen Gomez is in the mount! 4 points!
Nearly in the mount. Gutenberg trapped his left leg.
That's still going to be points, Danny. He did it enough to get the points. They're on the board.
And Jansen Gomez, late in this absolute quarterfinal match, takes it to Gutenberg Pereira.
And now with that, Jansen Gomez is guaranteed a spot on the podium.
Unbelievable stuff. Jansen Gomez advances to the absolute semifinal here at the 2024 World Championships. Sharp. Jansen Gomez gets the victory here at the 2024 World Championships in the Absolute Division. He'll advance to the Absolute semifinal.
Now we apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for any technical issues if you guys are experiencing that on your end, but a replay. Jansen Gomez shoots in, just ill timing by Gutenberg Pereira, and then it was all downhill from there. Just the Jansen Gomez show for about 30 seconds. And really, when it mattered most, he's moving on to the semifinal here at the IBJJF World Championship in the Absolute Division at black belt, Danny.
Jansen Gomez has a knack for putting on exciting matches here at the World Championships. Just did it again in the Absolute Division. Beautiful stuff from the Checkmat 2023 World Champion.
All right. Well, it seems those issues have been resolved.
We are back on mat 11. We've got Roberto Jimenez, Hyron Gracie. Match just ended. Roberto winning that match 20-3. We saw him on the back quite a bit. And just an epic, amazing performance from Roberto Jimenez.
So that looks to put a matchup between Roberto Jimenez and Jansen Gomez, correct? No.
Mayra Malvez.
Mayra Malvez. Wow. That is absolutely, that's a pretty crazy matchup, Danny.
Absolutely insane matchup. So Roberto Jimenez gets the win. We're going to go to a short break. We will be back with more action from the 2024 IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championship in Long Beach, California at that historic Walter Pyramid. Danny O'Donnell, Jake Watson on the mic here, bringing you all the action live on FloZone. Welcome back.
We're on mat 10. We got Amy Campo taking on Yara Suarez. Yara currently leading this match 4-0. Seen Amy, a couple of Amy's matches on FloZone, had some beautiful submissions from the back. But currently trailing Yara Suarez by 4 points. Yara's gonna take a cross grip on the pants, and we'll get back to the action.
From that lasso all the way through is Amy Campo. Trying to use it to invert. She's gonna actually turn that possibly into a sweep.
Amy gets up on top, 2 points.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Danny, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the last person to defeat Gabby Pisania was Yara Suarez.
I believe it was Ana Vieira at the 2021 Pans. In the absolute division. I think that was a semifinal. But Yara Suarez has had some amazing matches with Gabriela Pisania over the years. One that was particularly competitive was at the 2024 Europeans in Paris, France, where Gabriela won by referee's decision.
Now, Amy Campo trying to pass around to the side, but gets swept over the top for her effort. Gonna reset back in the middle after reestablishing some grips. Only a little over 2 minutes left in this one. This is the semifinal of the women's absolute division.
On the other side of this bracket, we have Maria Maliacek and Gabriela Pisania. So the winner of Yara Suarez and Amy Campo will take on the winner of Gabriela and Maria.
Beautiful sweep by Amy Campo, pulling on the collar there. She's staying very aggressive versus Yara Suarez here.
Very close match so far. Yara leading by 2 points, also has an advantage. Amy trying to look for the back now.
A little lagged on that back attack, though. It looked like she wasn't able to fully secure it. But one thing about Campo is that she stays so aggressive. Even in the moments like that where you look like you should settle or maybe try to reestablish a position of control, she's able to just keep on going, keep her foot on the gas.
One minute and 4 seconds left. This is an open class semifinal at the 2024 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Amy trying to shoot in on the leg. Amazing sprawl by Yara Suarez.
Oh, look at the sit out from Amy Campo. Nearly able to turn that into, that would have been an incredible thing to have happened. Just about 42 seconds left. Looks like the referee is actually going to take back the advantage scored for Amy Campo. Suddenly a much more sizable hole for Amy Campo to deal with here, with only 30 seconds left to pass this guard of Yara Suarez. Oh my goodness!
Amy in a good position, going for the
are
back.
Both hooks in.
20 seconds, less than 20 seconds left in this absolute semifinal. Amy trying to get her hooks in, just gets the advantage for it.
My goodness. You
Wow,
gotta wonder
close.
if she's kicking herself for going for the back take rather than trying to secure that guard pass, maybe force her away from the turtle. But Yara Suarez moves to the final. What an amazing effort at the end by Amy Campo to nearly snatch that victory from the jaws of defeat.
But it's going to be Yara Suarez who advances to the female black belt absolute final here at the 2024 World Championships. She'll take on the winner of Maria Maliacek and Gabriela Pisania.
We continue to look forward to Amy Campo in her division later on in this tournament. Coming up next on mat 11, we have to look forward to Roberto Jimenez versus Myram Alves. Marcus Scooby will be up on mat 1. Machias Luna and Pedro Alex will be up pretty soon as well.
Let's take a look at a replay. Amy trying to go for the back here on Yara Suarez. Doesn't end up getting the hooks or the points, get some advantages for her efforts, but it's Yara Suarez who advances to the black belt female absolute final here at the 2024 World Championships. What a moment for Yara Suarez.
You can tell just how much it meant to her, but let's transition over to mat 11, where Roberto Jimenez and Myram Alves hope to share a similar spot in that final match. This is actually Marcus Scooby. Doesn't look too much like Roberto Jimenez.
Roberto defeated Hiram Gracie in his last match. Myram defeated Angelo Claiborne. Roberto, an absolute master at taking the back. And getting submissions from that position. Myram.
The speed of Myram Alves on full display.
Wow, Myram Alves. Those transitions from the Toriano pass to the back, lightning fast by Myram Alves.
Putting on an absolute show.
Winner of this match will take on Jansen Gomez in the semifinal. This absolute division has been insane so far today. About a minute 30 into this quarterfinal, black belt absolute division at the 2024 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Mayram Alves in the blue gi taking on Roberto Jimenez in the white gi. Mayram up 1 advantage.
Now Roberto seems a little more hesitant, like he wants to pull guard in a much better position so as to not allow Mayram to get going the way that he was before.
If you don't have solid grips and a solid connection to Mayram Alves, he has the ability and the athleticism to move around the guard, attack the back, and be extremely dangerous. So like you said, Jake, I think Roberto wants to get some solid grips, tie Mayram up, and slow him down a bit.
Reaching in for the leg one more time. A little look at a foot sweep from Mayram.
Roberto back up to his feet.
These are a lot of very far away, not a lot of setup with the shots out of Roberto Jimenez. It seems like he's really shooting from a distance. Mayram has had this advantage lead for the better part of 4 minutes.
Now Mayram trying to snap Roberto
Oh my
down.
goodness!
Wow! Mayram Alves with an absolutely beautiful takedown attempt.
That is only an advantage for Mayram.
That was incredible. Coach Igari grabs the leg, gets another advantage, does Mayram Alves. He's up by 2 of them in this absolute black belt quarterfinal. Roberto's got that underhook with his left arm now. A little bit better position for him. Uses this quite a bit to get to the back of his opponents.
Having to use that bottom of the foot to break that grip off. Mayram has really diversified his standing attack as well, I notice. Going from foot sweep, threatening different drop seonage judo throw, trying to shoot in on the legs himself.
Grabbing the legs, very diverse, like you said. And that mix of attacks, I feel like, is leading to a lot of his success.
Well, I believe that attack that he was able to actually get that advantage point on, which was close to being 2 points, was the first time he showed that option in the match. Mayram on the offensive once again, trying to roll through.
Mayram is so explosive.
Well, he stayed ahead of the curve. Notice that whenever Roberto moves, he's putting himself in a position to where he can quickly cover all options. That's 3 advantages for Mayram Alves. It's important to note that Roberto Jimenez, very creative and diverse competitor in his own right. He could make up these 2 points and then it would put him in the lead. These advantage points only come into effect in the event of a tie.
Beautiful shot by Roberto. Mayram kicks his leg free.
And while Mayrim was able to kick his leg free, that's what I mean about Roberto being able to snatch up a single leg. Roberto does have wrestling experience of his own. Spends a considerable amount of time training all areas of the game. And make no mistake, he's able to take the match to the ground. Mayrim has definitely been showcasing throughout this absolute division. And what we're seeing right now is if Mayrim is able to continue this and keep this lead, we will see a featherweight in the semifinal of the absolute in the World Championship. Now that's something that Mayrim's fighting for. Roberto, 4 minutes to go, has to make up this either this 3 advantage situation, or he's got to make those 2 points happen. And as time winds down, I imagine we're going to see Roberto Jimenez pick up the intensity little by little.
Just 3 minutes left now. This is the quarterfinal. Black Belt Absolute 2024 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Mayrim Alves leading Roberto Jimenez by 3 advantages.
Attention athletes, attention.
I believe the last time we saw a featherweight on the podium of the Absolute in a major black belt championship was Cobrinha. I'll have to fact check that and make sure that's accurate, but that was back in 2009.
It's happened on such few and rare occasions that Cobrinha is one of the names that comes to mind. Either way, Mayrim Alves, even being in the quarterfinals as a featherweight, adding his name to a short list of competitors who have dared to enter into the absolute division.
Mayrim's going to be in the featherweight division later today, which is one of the most competitive and stacked divisions of the entire 2024 Worlds.
Roberto breaking that grip on Mayrim Alves, trying to shoot from the outside once again. About 1:30. Roberto jumps guard. Look at Mayrim immediately put that left knee inside, and it gets to work. Stepping the leg on the outside. Forcing Roberto to invert. And now only 1 minute for Mayrim to secure this 3 advantage lead. Like you said, Danny, we're going to see both of these competitors in their respective divisions. Right there, you see Raul Jimenez, father of Roberto Jimenez.
Less than 1 minute left. Winner of this match goes on to take on Jansen Gomez in the absolute semifinal.
Mayrim still coming forward, though, very intelligent by him with this 3 advantage lead to continue to push Roberto Jimenez backwards, stay very active in the grip fight so as not to incur any penalties. One more shot from the outside by Roberto.
Mayrim doing a good job controlling that right sleeve grip of Roberto. Now Roberto breaks it.
Wow, Danny, we're going to see a featherweight in the semifinal of the open class here at the IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championship.
That is absolutely incredible. Mayrim Alves advances to the semifinal. He'll take on Jansen Gomez. That is an absolutely amazing matchup. All smiles from Mayra Malvez.
Well, Mayra Malvez and Jansen Gomez is a matchup we have to look forward to in the semifinal of the Absolute Division. We're going to cut to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Jake Watson, Danny O'Donnell at the IBJJF World Championship. ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the IBJJF World Championship. This is the final quarterfinal of the Absolute Division. My name is Jake Watson, solo commentary for now as Danny O'Donnell resumes his responsibilities within the IBJJF. Marcus Scooby pulls guard, and you notice as soon as he pulls guard, tries to push that right foot on the leg to go for that sweep. I believe he calls that the Scooby sweep. Correct me, I'm sure that somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but Macias Luna, one of the competitors lightest in this final 5. Winner of this match will move on to compete against Eric Muniz, who we will see in the super heavyweight division. Macias Luna competing in the medium heavyweight. On the other end of the bracket, as you guys just saw, Mayram Alves will be taking on Jansen Gomez. Mayram victorious over Roberto Jimenez. Mayram, the lightest competitor to sign up for the Absolute, and finds himself in the semifinal. After this match, there's going to be an awards ceremony. So we won't have commentary for that, obviously, but then we'll be returning after that. A little off balance to the right side. Both Macias and his brother Mateus spent a considerable amount of time as IBJJF referees. And their prowess in understanding the rule set really shows in how they approach competition. They're very difficult to score on. A lot of the matches that you'll see them compete, if it does go to decision, will be decided by a margin typically of an advantage.
Larissa Diaz de Almeida, Jessica Caroline Dantes, Thalita Lima, Maísa Bastos.
Both competitors given a penalty.
Gabi Pessana, por favor, sempre mesa central nesse tempo.
I feel like this is the first world championship in a while to where the Absolute Division we're guaranteed to see either a middleweight or a featherweight, depending on how that matchup goes between Gomez and Alves. And if Macias Luna is able to make this happen versus Marcus Scooby, then we'll see a medium heavyweight. And finally, the Absolute. Penalty given to just Macias Luna this time. Scooby in respond starts to pick up the pace a little bit. Macias still being very passive so far in this close guard as we come up to the halfway point of the match. Or I imagine we'll start to see a little bit more action. A lot of competitors take full advantage of this 10 minutes. It's a very long time to fight as a black belt. Try to reduce the amount of time that conflict can really happen in the match to as short as possible. Try to maximize cardio, maximize game planning. 5 minutes to go. Now Scooby trying to break down the posture, utilizing that lapel. Classic look. This can turn into an X choke. He's able to bring his left elbow over the other side. He can actually grab that same lapel that he's grabbing right now and force an X choke. See if that position resets in a similar way or not. Thank you guys for tuning in live on FloGrappling and on the FloGrappling YouTube channel for the IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championship. So far, not opting to switch and try to stand up and pass his guard as Macias Luna. It is not boding well for him. 6 minutes of essentially being slowly drained of a lead. Where Scooby has all the time in the world, inch by inch, getting that grip over the top tighter. And what this does is it does a great job of breaking down the posture. It does lead to some other submission options. But now Macias is going to have to really put together a string of attacks. He's going to need to break open this guard, keep his knee safe in the meantime. Look at Scooby, though, possibly coming up. This is a crucifix position. Macias looks like he's sliding off the back ever so slightly, though. Gi coming off of Marcus Scooby. He's got the upside down lock. This could turn into an armbar. Interesting, because he's caught in a submission, the referee can't fix the gi yet. Very interesting situation. Haven't seen that too much in IBJJF competition, but fixing the gi and opting to reset them. Hard to see how the referee scored that. That's actually gonna be 2 points for Marcus Scooby. And now he's on top, fighting the collar and sleeve of Macias Luna.
Larissa Diaz, can you please report to the main table? Larissa Diaz to the main table.
Now Macias finds himself in such a difficult spot against somebody with the passing ability of Marcus Scooby. The weight difference, I would suppose the strength difference. Trying to fit that De La Riva through, a little bit of desperation coming out of Macias Luna now. Making that De La Riva ever tighter. It's a very awkward situation for Marcus Scooby to be in. Oh, very interesting. They're going to stop them and bring them back up to their feet. I have a funny feeling there's going to be a DQ given here. My goodness. Macias Luna DQ'd. Connecting the hands and throwing that De La Riva all the way through. Must have considered it an illegal technique on the knee, but Marcus Scooby is going to move on to the other side of the absolute final, and he'll take on Eric Muniz. So ultra heavyweight versus super heavyweight on that side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to end our free stream of the 2024 IBJJF World Championship on the FloGrappling YouTube channel. If you want to check out more of the action here in Long Beach, subscribe to FloGrappling at the link that you see on your screen in the bottom left corner, flowsports.tv/join. Once again, my name has been Jake Watson. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on FloGrappling. And let's take a look at the open class matchups, how the semifinals have shaken up on both sides. On one end, we're going to have Mayram Alves, a featherweight, versus Jansen Gomez, who we will see later on in the middleweight division. And what you just saw, Marcus Scooby now in the semifinal, hoping to make it to the finals of the Absolute World Championship, will take on Eric Muniz. It's a matchup that has definitely happened before, and we're excited to see it happen again. We're going to go to the award ceremony here at the World Jiu-Jitsu Championship. You will hear the voice of Danny O'Donnell after the break. So let's go to a quick commercial break. My name is Jake Watson. We'll be right back here live on FloGrappling.